remember that true creativity is about the process, not the product. I like to encourage my students to focus on the process and being free of fear. In fact, the more mistakes they make, the better. And if in the end, you end up with a halfway decent painting, then that's the bonus, not the goal. It is my personal mission to help you recognize and realize your own creativity. And one of the ways I do this is by sharing with you some principles of creativity. The first is that creativity is released through mastery of the fundamentals. Legendary coach Vince Lombardi said that excellence is achieved by mastery of the fundamentals. Well, I believe not only excellence, but expression and creativity as well. And what are the fundamentals? Well, they're different for every art form, and in painting there is a lot. But I've simplified them down under 5 basic categories or elements. And you may want to write these down. The first one is concept. And concept has to do with intent. What is it you are intending to communicate in your painting? What is it you want the viewer to see or feel? The second, composition. Expression without some kind of structure leads to chaos. And very few artists understand the need to understand composition in order to convey beauty. The third, drawing. Drawing is absolutely essential to the arts. And anybody can learn how to draw. If you know how to drive a car, if you can write your name, you can learn how to draw. There are 2 very popular books that have been on the market a long time, and I mentioned them on my website, where if you were to study and discipline yourself to work all the way through them, you could learn to draw to a college education level. Anybody. And then the fourth one, color, one of my favorites. Winston Churchill said that I mean to spend a considerable portion of my first 1,000,000 years in heaven studying color so as to get to the bottom of it. I couldn't agree with Mr. Churchill more. There is so much to learn about color. I teach a color mastery class that's 1 week long, and it is chock full of information. One of my students says it's like drinking water out of a fire hose, and yet it only begins to touch the subject. And then the last one, paint quality. And that is the one we're going to focus on in this workshop. This has to do with technique, how you actually put paint on canvas, how you handle edges. And technique, remember, is not the end, but a means to the end. And it just so happens that for authentic expression, you need a vocabulary of technique. The larger your vocabulary, such as you will be increasing as you paint with me in my signature style seascapes, the more expression and creativity you will have.